Hey guys, welcome back to another video of all the tittle-tattle in the UFC world. Today we'll look at the biggest names in the industry and their performances, and others who might not get any performances. Things are definitely getting heated inside and outside the ring, so get your popcorn and keep watching. Now without further ado, let's see what's what and who's who. Khamzat Chimaev vs Jiri Prochazka according to Sean Strickland. A few days ago, Khamzat Chimaev joined Ariel Helwani on the MMA tour to discuss some lesser-known facts. He claimed Jiri Prochazka trained with him a while back. However, what really stirred up drama was when he mentioned beating him multiple times in the gym. He even said he had footage but didn't want to post it. He made these claims after Jiri became the light heavyweight champion. Ariel then asked if he wanted to become a double champion at welterweight and middleweight, and he affirmed, saying he would then go further up. He also didn't hold back from saying he doesn't understand how someone he beat so many times became a champion. The division may have had bad fighters overall. He was also shocked when UFC signed legend Jiri instead of himself because he was a much better fighter. However, his claims didn't go unheard. Jiri responded in an Instagram story inviting him to the ring, so he could show Chimaev his true power. And Khamzat was quick to reply to his story asking to fight in Sweden in June or July. Sean Strickland gave his opinion on the exchange, saying Jiri's fighting style doesn't allow him to perform during training. However, he can really perform in the fighting ring. He also gave the example of Buckley and Kurt. Buckley performed extraordinarily in training, but Kurt clowned him in the actual fight. Next up is Bisping's take on the Leon vs Kamaru Battle Royale. Kamaru vs Usman. Michael Bisping and Anthony Smith collaborated on the Believe You Me podcast to pick apart the Leon vs Kamaru fight. Bisping quickly mentioned that they were close friends, and both players gave tough competition. He even thought he'd witness a draw, especially after the fence grabs in round 3. However, he didn't believe Kamaru got outclassed. Rather, Leon beat him. Bisping and Anthony also noted a lack of confidence in Usman, unlike his usual self. Even in the first Leon fight, he had a smirk on his face despite enduring the first few punches. But that confidence was absent in their last match, where Leon got a little ahead. His hesitance added to Leon's confidence, who quickly built his victory off of that. But Kamaru didn't ultimately underperform, because he got in some serious punches. Overall, they agreed both players should be proud of their performances because they gave it their all. Jorge Masvidal's inside information. In other news, Jorge Masvidal has surfaced with some inside news about Colby Covington. As per him, Colby Covington may not get the title shot he's been hinting at for so long. Instead, Jorge Masvidal is a step ahead on the information and predicts he'll only play Gilbert and then Leon. He was also quite excited at the prospect of sharing the ring with Gilbert, and was eager to see how that played out. He looks forward to dismantling Gilbert, giving the audience their dream combat between him and Leon. However, he pointed out that he knows Leon's potential and that the two will generate many pay-per-views fighting for the welterweight title. He even compared his combat with the movie finale Gilbert the Stepping Stone Burns, but he was quick to mention it's not a jab at Gilbert, he just lacks the skill set. Moreover, he was also vocal in the Joe Rogan Experience. He intends to avenge his loss to Colby. It turns out they have some past financial beef as well. As per Jorge, when Colby became wealthy, he didn't pay Jorge's coach, which is a grudge he still holds and wants to get revenge for. Even though he wanted to hurt him, his coach advised him to beat Colby in the cage and avenge them both. And even though he couldn't do it in their previous match, he's ready to do it sometime in his career. In his words, he wants to murder Colby in the cage, legally. He further mentioned, "I just know it after being those 5 rounds in there with him, and that was the best that he had. And I was nowhere near my best at that time for different reasons. I know I could end this guy." And even though Jorge has predicted that there isn't a chance of him and Colby coming face to face in the ring right now, he will definitely do so before he closes this chapter of his MMA life. However, Twitter takes him quite seriously, and eagerly awaits this ultimate duel. User BJPen.com wrote, Jorge Masvidal, game-bred fighter, doubts Colby Covington will receive the next welterweight title shot after he breaks Gilbert Burns' face at UFC 287. Let's wait and see how many of Masvidal's claims are true and who he will face in his upcoming matches. Paulo Costa's pay agreement. And the good news doesn't end here. Paulo Costa just announced his agreement with UFC on his pay for his new contract. UFC has also assured him that he will see Khamzat Chimaev in the ring soon. He also mentioned his girlfriend Tamara's role in the agreements. He further said, "The UFC wants to ensure this Chimaev fight happens at all costs. But I want to make both happen. We'll see." However, Twitter has mixed views about this. Some of them are excited at the prospect. User Jose Ortega tweeted, "Khamzat going to 185 and Paulo Costa signed a new deal? Smells like a fight." Meanwhile, others didn't think he would win, and Khamzat was much more skilled. But only time will tell how their fight turns out. Alright folks, that's all for today's UFC gossip and updates. I'll catch you later with more in another video.